Last week, I shared with you all what I bring with me to photograph holiday parties. As a rogue attendee, that is, not like as a paid photographer. You can see that at the link up above. But this week, I'm going to share with you what I have been shooting with when I'm not at a holiday party, which is most of the time. I have an absurd amount of gear, and I do use it all, but I tend to go through phases where I find myself grabbing the same set of things for a period of time before moving on to something else. So here is what I have been using lately. First, for still photography, the D810 and D500 are my go-to choices when the photography needs to be good. The lenses I've been using are the 24-70 f2.8 or the 24-85 f3.5 to f4.5, or the 70-200 f2.8 over there. I usually use the 24-70 or the 24-85 on the D810 and the 70-200 on the D500. Now for video. When I have been in the studio, I have been using the D810 and the D500 with the 24-70 f2.8 or this 85mm f1.8 prime. In fact, this camera has the tripod shoe on it. Lately I've been doing a 2-camera setup because I've been shooting my Lego advent calendar builds for Instagram. But then I also have been shooting outside the studio more, something I've been trying to do more lately. And for that, I use my Canon Rebel SL2 up here, this little guy, typically with the 24mm f2.8 little pancake lens. This guy's a lot easier for me to film with when I'm out in the field. I am outside on the trails a lot, and I've been doing quite a bit of trail running rather than hiking, where my iPhone X does the job quite well. I do sometimes bring actual cameras with me when I run. I just tuck them into my Camelback, but lately it's been hot and I've just wanted to go light. Another thing I've been using quite a bit is my SJ7 Star action camera. I don't always have it with me, though I think maybe I should because it works great and it's small and light. When I'm looking for steady footage, I put it on my DJI Osmo Mobile with this little adapter. I also sometimes have been using this with these little Lytra adventure lights. So this just keeps me going when I'm out on the trails. In fact, I have plans for these this weekend. Okay, I know that might sound like kind of a lot of gear, but if you know me, that's only scratching the surface of what lurks on these shelves and in the drawers behind me here. And this is my job. Overall though, something that I have observed about myself is that I've been using less and less gear and wanting new gear less and less. In the past, when something new would be announced, I'd be all over it, thinking about if I wanted it or how I'd get my hands on it. There was always a camera or a lens that I wanted. But now I find myself looking for reasons that I don't want that new lens or camera body. That being said, the most controversial item that I've been shooting with is my new iPhone X. So obviously I've still been wanting some things, but some of you have been talking about the small sensor size in this and others about other phones that you say compare more favorably. And, you know, I don't ever tell you guys how to think, but for me, this is the first phone that I have used and felt incredibly comfortable when it's the only camera I have out with me. Now, the thing to remember, and you may have heard this from me before, timing, light, and location. Whether it's the phone, an action camera, or a big honkin' DSLR, or something else entirely, if you're not getting yourself to the places that you want to shoot at the right time with the right lighting, you're not getting what you want. If those three elements come together though, whether it's the phone or the big guns, you've increased your chances of coming away with some truly memorable shots. So whether you have a phone and a camera, or a phone and too many cameras, let me know in the comments down below what you've been gearing up with lately and what you've been up to. I love to read your comments. I don't always have time to reply to all of them, but I do read every single one, and most bring a smile to my face, especially when you all are talking about using your gear and all the things that you've adventured to. And make sure you subscribe here on YouTube and follow me on social media, because I do have some cool plans this weekend, not only for my action camera and lights, but probably with most of this stuff that I've talked about today. So do that, and I'll talk to you soon.